Go to Ankara and speak to Omer Ozkizilcik, a security analyst and non-residential fellow at the Atlantic Council. Thanks so much indeed for your time, Omer. Noor has already kind of alluded to it there, but tell us about the command structure of the YPG terror group, because if there are already some elements who are refusing to accept the overall deal, it could fall apart like some of the previous ones have just in the past few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the major issues that we are facing in northeastern Syria, is that the YPG-dominated Syrian Democratic Forces in the past, now there are no longer Syrian Democratic Forces left, only YPG, that they don't have a clear and transparent command structure. That's one of the major issues. So we have seen in the recent year very clearly that the delegation sent by them to Damascus to negotiate, they agreed to something, went back to the areas of control, and then declared from there that they are not implementing this deal, that they're withdrawing from the deal. We have seen that several deals were signed, also not only big deals that were portrayed in the media, but also small tactical arrangements on the ground that were then backtracked by other people. So the major issue here is who is in charge of the YPG? And the answer is, officially, it's Mazloum Abdi. He is the general commander. But we know that in reality, the leadership from Kandil, and namely Bahous Erdar, who is used the nickname Bahous Erdar, but his real name is Fehman Hussein. He is a PKK veteran from the Kandil Mountains. He is in charge of the Syrian fight. And these people from the Kandil leadership, they were the ones who have backtracked from the agreement, one agreement after the other, one agreement after the other, and we are now where we are. So we have yet to see if this latest agreement that was signed by the YPG and agreed on by the YPG, the US Circuit Agreement, will again be torpedoed by the Kandil leadership or not. This is quite unclear, but one thing is clear, as you rightfully asked, it's not really clear who is in charge.
Omer, how concerned are you about the prisons that hold Daesh terrorists, and of course not only the Daesh terrorists but many more of their family members? So many children of these Daesh terrorists and their partners have been born in captivity, and the YPG has been keeping them in detention. But what about their future?
We have to differentiate here between the quantitative threat and the qualitative threat. When it comes to the quantitative threat, the majority of these ISIS prisoners and their families are already in the control of the Syrian government. So the Syrian government took control over the Rukban prison in Raqqa. They've taken control over the Shadadi prison and the most notorious Al-Hol camp, where these families and these children are that you alluded to just now. But the qualitative threat level is something different. So the most senior ISIS prisoners and their families and their children are located in the Rosh camp and are located in the Guwayran prison in Hasakah city. So these areas are still being controlled by the YPG, and the United States of America has an ongoing process to evacuate them to Iraq. This process is still ongoing. But we have seen in recent days and weeks that unfortunately the YPG was not able to peacefully hand over these prison controls to the Syrian government, and that they have actually released some of the ISIS prisoners and members from the camp and from the prison. And then it was the Americans, together with the Syrian government forces, who captured these ISIS members back and put them back into the prison. But this was a major moment of chaos. So therefore, now we have to see if this agreement is being implemented. There will be no threat for ISIS prison release or ISIS fleeing out of the prison or the camps. If there is no implementation, the process is ongoing for the United States of America to transfer these people to Iraq. Once this process is finished, there won't be the risk of either as well.
Omer Ozkizilcik, thank you so much.